then are you willing to admit how stupid it was for y'all not to go all in speaking your piece to elevate Caitlin Clark? So therefore even more attention could have come and y'all could have reaped the benefits? Now you're gonna do it anyway, and I get that, but you see my point?
Stephen A. Smith, renowned for his candid opinions, has sparked yet another heated debate. This time, his criticism wasn't just a casual remark but a pointed rallying cry aimed directly at the WNBA and its leadership under Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. At the core of his frustration lies the league's inability.
Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
Ability to fully embrace and elevate one of its brightest rising stars, Caitlin Clark. Clark, a rookie with unmatched talent and charisma, is redefining the sport. Her electrifying performances have shattered attendance records and drawn unprecedented TV ratings. She's not just a talented player, she's a generational force capable of propelling women's basketball into a new era.
You didn't want to, rather. You were a bit hesitant and reluctant and resistant to it. So much so you didn't push for her to be on Team USA. So much so, you had people like Cheryl Swoops who didn't even want to mention her name.
Yet, the WNBA's response to her meteoric rise has been lackluster at best, leaving fans and critics alike questioning whether the league is truly committed to building a brighter future. Stephen A.'s critique doesn't merely highlight missed opportunities, it serves as a stern warning.
And everybody talking about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not.
About what's at stake. The league is at a critical juncture, and every decision could shape its trajectory for years to come. Failing to capitalize on a moment as significant as this could have dire consequences for the WNBA's growth and relevance. Smith's fiery commentary struck a nerve, calling out not just Commissioner Engelbert but also veteran players for their apparent inability to support Clark's rise effectively. His frustration mirrors a broader sentiment: the disconnect between the on-court talent revolutionizing the game and the boardroom decisions failing to harness this momentum. Consider the pattern of missteps surrounding Caitlin Clark's achievements.
But if you went the opposite direction, it could have helped that much and facilitated you being in an even stronger position to get yours. But you didn't do it. You didn't do it. Wow.
Her numerous accolades, including being named Forbes 30 Under 30, SBJ Sportsperson of the Year, and AP Female Athlete of the Year. The WNBA's recognition of her accomplishments has been disappointingly muted. Clark has not only dominated the basketball court but has also served as an ambassador for women's sports, making appearances at events like the LPGA. Yet, the league's official channels have scarcely acknowledged her groundbreaking milestones, missing opportunities to celebrate her success and, by extension, promote the sport. One glaring example of this neglect was the handling of her Rookie of the Year award. Instead of a high-profile celebration befitting her achievement,
they decided that they were going to let her know she was Rookie of the Year with a phone call in Connecticut during a practice before a playoff game. You can't make this up.
What gave Stephen A. Smith's fiery critique even more weight was the truth behind it. His words articulated what
achievements. Clark's recognition came through a simple phone call, no fanfare, no spotlight, just another missed chance to leverage her rising stardom. Stephen A. Smith's critique resonates because it vocalizes frustrations shared by fans, players, and sports enthusiasts. His words underscore a broader truth: the WNBA's current approach risks squandering a pivotal moment not just for Caitlin Clark, but for the league's future as a whole. If the WNBA truly wants to secure its place as a premier sports league, it must do more than acknowledge its stars.
It elevated television ratings, it elevated attendance, and it damn sure elevated franchise value. But now, something that y'all resisted talking about, opining about, acknowledging,
must celebrate them, amplify their stories, and recognize their potential to inspire a new generation of fans. Caitlin Clark represents an unparalleled opportunity to transform the league, but only if the decision-makers wake up and take action before it's too late. This wasn't just about Caitlin Clark, it was about a deeper issue of respect, investment, and a league seemingly unsure of how to champion its brightest stars. Stephen A. Smith didn't stop there. He pointed out that these weren't isolated PR missteps, they were symptoms of a larger, systemic problem. The WNBA's hesitancy to embrace bold moves or amplify its star power reflects an outdated approach to modern sports culture. Caitlin Clark isn't just an athlete, she's a phenomenon, drawing record crowds and injecting fresh energy into the game. Yet the
I said Caitlin Clark, rising tide lifts all boats. As much as her presence was maximized by the WNBA, you players could have done more to assist it.
WNBA seems reluctant, perhaps even unsure, about how to seize the momentum she's creating. The stakes couldn't be higher. Smith's frustration wasn't just about Caitlin Clark, it was a wake-up call for the WNBA's future. Fans aren't merely watching, they're demanding more. They want transparency, aggressive promotion of the league's top talent, and a clear, unwavering commitment to growing the game. Without these, even the most promising moments risk fading into irrelevance.
I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
This isn't just about boosting viewership, it's about trust, vision, and leadership that can elevate women's basketball to unprecedented heights. In today's hyper-competitive sports world, momentum is everything. Smith's fiery critique wasn't just another opinion, it was a challenge to the league. Caitlin Clark represents everything the WNBA could become: a symbol of excellence, excitement, and possibility. But the league stands at a crossroads. Will its leadership step up, embrace this transformative potential, and drive the sport forward? Or will they falter, leaving fans and players to wonder if it's time for new voices at the helm? When Commissioner Cathy Engelbert appeared on national television.
One white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another.
Television, fans, and players hope to see a confident leader ready to champion the WNBA stars and lay out a bold vision for its future. Instead, they were met with baffling remarks that underscored a troubling disconnect in leadership. Her appearances on 60 Minutes and CNBC's Power Lunch left many questioning whether the league truly understands its own potential.
It's a balance, but certainly from a marketing dollars, but corporate partners are stepping up to endorse these players much more so than they were 5 years ago.
On 60 Minutes, Engelbert was asked about Caitlin Clark's transformative impact, a moment seemingly tailor-made to celebrate one of the league's brightest stars. Yet her response: no. leagues ever about one player came across as dismissive of Clark's undeniable impact on the WNBA's growth. While likely intended to emphasize teamwork, it overlooked Clark's instrumental role in boosting viewership, fan engagement, and overall visibility for the league. Social media erupted with frustration, fans decrying the missed opportunity to celebrate a player who is single-handedly igniting a fresh wave of excitement in women's basketball. The disconnect became even clearer during
after
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the three and then I went and hit the backboard, and he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball.
So did the great Diana Taurasi get the same call during the same play? Let's find out.
And Diana Taurasi, they'll count the bucket.
Engelbert's appearance on Power Lunch. Discussing rivalries as a driver for increased viewership, she leaned heavily on marketing buzzwords while sidestepping more pressing concerns like player safety and equitable treatment. This approach didn't sit well with fans or players, who saw it as another glaring misstep. For many, it highlighted a growing divide between the league's leadership and the community it serves. Leadership's messaging and the realities on the ground, the consequences of this disconnect run deep. While Commissioner Engelbert discusses leveraging rivalries to boost ratings, players like Caitlin Clark are dealing with inconsistent officiating and physical challenges that could jeopardize their careers. Fans aren't interested in fabricated drama, they want integrity, fairness, and a league that prioritizes the well-being of its stars. Ignoring these fundamentals risks undermining the trust essential for the WNBA's sustained growth. One of the most
Don't tell me Caitlin Clark gets a special whistle ever again. One call was an ejection and the other was a common foul. Now, let's replay this one more damn time. So I can see right here. This was the exact same damn play. Look, same play. Same play, bro. Look
Bridges
at this.
the miss.
Are you serious?
The rebound.
Right
He
here?
discarded
Boom.
LaMelo.
Same
He
play.
got crushed by Williams at
Same play.
half-court.
Now, Grant Williams was ejected for that.
persistent issues is the inconsistency in officiating. Players and fans alike have expressed growing frustration with refereeing that swings between being overly strict and frustratingly lenient. This unpredictability doesn't just disrupt the rhythm of the game, it creates real safety concerns for athletes like Clark, who elevate the sport with aggressive drives and precision plays. Inconsistent calls increase the risk of injury, leaving players vulnerable on the court. A glaring example occurred when Caitlin Clark received a technical foul for hitting the ring post, a moment that sparked outrage. Fans quickly pointed out the uneven application of rules across the league. This incident wasn't just a controversy, it highlighted the urgent need for clearer and more consistent officiating standards. So, did the legendary Diana Taurasi receive the same call during a similar play? Let's examine that. These officiating missteps reveal a deeper issue, the perception that
This league could actually be that dense. Professional league, guys. We're not talking about a rec league. We're not talking about even a high school team. Nobody believes that anybody is that clueless.
the WNBA prioritizes optics over meaningful improvements. Rather than addressing these glaring issues head-on, the league often relies on marketing-friendly narratives like hyping rivalries to capture attention. But fans have made it clear, they don't want favoritism, they want fairness. The focus should be on the game itself, not overshadowed by off-court controversies.
And the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, not every, they're humans.
Player safety is another area where the league is falling short. Caitlin Clark's historic rookie season, marked by high-energy plays and record-breaking performances, also revealed the physical toll the sport demands. Clark endured an alarming number of flagrant fouls, raising serious concerns among analysts and fans alike. Yet, the WNBA's response has been frustratingly inadequate. No substantial action has been taken to improve officiating consistency or implement stronger safety protocols to protect its players. Let's break this down by examining one of the fouls Clark endured and how it was officiated in the WNBA compared to how a similar play would be handled in the NBA. The contrast is eye-opening. Beyond officiating and player safety, the WNBA's handling of Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise exposed another glaring weakness.
Such an incredible moment on a global scale for our game, for our players.
It's like the fans are absolutely incredible. It's the same when we go on the road. Like there's so many people that are showing up in fever gear. It's really affecting, teams all across our league, which is a really great thing. And, really, I think we're just scratching the surface.
Its inability to fully capitalize on a once-in-a-generation talent. Fans filled arenas and shattered viewership records, rallying behind Clark and the league. Yet, merchandise tied to her historic achievements was nearly non-existent, and promotional efforts surrounding her breakthrough season fell far short of expectations. The result was a frustrated fan base and a missed opportunity to elevate both Clark and the WNBA to new heights. Clark's rookie season wasn't just about jaw-dropping plays, it was a pivotal chance for the league to redefine itself and capture the attention of a broader audience. Instead of leaning into the moment, the league let it slip by the WNBA missed a major opportunity, failing to demonstrate a unified commitment to its stars and the fans who support them. These missteps are not just frustrating, they're dangerous for.
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
The league standing at a pivotal crossroads. Moments like this have the power to define its trajectory, but without bold, meaningful action, the WNBA risks squandering its hard-earned momentum and alienating the very people who drive its growth. The stakes have never been higher. If the league continues to focus on superficial wins while neglecting essential long-term changes, it risks losing credibility with both its players and its loyal fan base. Caitlin Clark embodies the league's immense potential, a chance to redefine what women's basketball can be. But the question remains, will the WNBA's leadership rise to meet this moment, or will these unresolved issues cast a shadow over its future? Beyond marketing, the WNBA's approach to player